Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into something that, well, it feels like it should be easy, right? Small talk.
It really does. But for so many people, especially, trying to do it in English, it's a huge source of stress.
Exactly. And the source material we're looking at today, it's this really detailed guide aimed right at English learners, trying to sort of demystify starting those conversations.
It's a fantastic resource for tackling that initial hurdle.
Right. So our mission really is to pull out the absolute best bits, the most useful strategies from this guide, so that you, listening, can hopefully feel, well, genuinely more confident next time you need to chat with someone new in English.
Because we've all been there, haven't we? That freeze-up moment. You want to say something, but you just can't figure out what. Or maybe you start, but then it just fizzles out.
Yeah, that awkward silence. And the guide makes such a crucial point early on. A lot of us think small talk is pointless, maybe superficial.
Like it doesn't really matter.
But this guide frames it differently. It calls it the key to starting deeper conversations. It's not the end goal. It's the way in.
It's the bridge. You can't get to know someone, find that common ground, if you can't even manage that first light interaction. It's foundational, really.
It's like the social lubricant, isn't it? That initial signal of, hey, I'm open to connecting, whether you're at work, a party, wherever.
Exactly. So if that feeling of wanting to be less awkward, more capable in those moments resonates with you,
Then stick with us. We're going to break down how this guide suggests making small talk, well, maybe not just bearable, but actually connecting.
let's get into it.
All right, so the first big thing the guide tackles is arguably the toughest part for many.
Yeah.
Just starting. You see someone, maybe at a conference or something, and boom, anxiety.
Yep. But the guide flips that perspective. It says starting conversation is actually much easier than you think, which is encouraging.
It is. And the core idea it pushes for a good opener is really simple. It needs to be simple, friendly, and easy to respond to. That's the magic formula.
Simple, friendly, easy to respond to. It makes sense. You're not trying to be witty or profound right off the bat. You're just opening a door.
Exactly, just inviting them in. And the guide gives some really concrete examples for different situations, which I find super helpful. Let's walk through a few.
Okay, like a networking event. Often intimidating, right? Lots of strangers. The guide suggests something straightforward like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm your name. How's your day going?
I like that. It's polite. You introduce yourself, and how's your day going? Well, it's universally answerable, isn't it?
Totally. It requires almost zero effort from the other person. Good, thanks. Or pretty busy. Easy. It doesn't put anyone on the spot.
It's very low stakes. Okay, what else for networking?
Another good one is, hi, I'm your name. So what brings you to this event?
Oh, that's smart, because you immediately tap into the shared context. You're both there for some reason.
Right. And it invites them to talk about their work or their interests related to the event without being too nosy. It's a natural question in that setting.
It feels genuinely curious, too. Okay, one more for networking.
Yeah. If you happen to spot a connection, like you both know someone, the guide suggests, hey, you know John too. How do you guys know each other?
Leveraging a mutual contact. That's gold if you can do it. It instantly warms things up, right?
Definitely. Suddenly it's not a cold approach anymore. You have a shared link. It makes the conversation feel much less like starting from absolute scratch.
Okay, let's shift scenes. Say you're at a party, more relaxed vibe. What works there?
The guide offers things like, this place is great. Have you been here before?
Simple observation about the environment, plus an easy yes-no question. Again, very low pressure.
Exactly. You're just commenting on something you're both experiencing. Or, similar to the networking one, connecting via the host. So, how do you know Sarah?
The absolute classic party question. Everyone expects it, everyone can answer it, and it can lead somewhere interesting, like finding out you went to the same college or work in the same industry.
It's reliable. And then there's one I really like. I love your jacket. Where did you get it?
Yes, the specific, genuine compliment. It shows you've noticed something particular about them.
People usually respond well to that, don't they? It's positive, it's about them, but not too personal. And it gives them an easy story to tell if they want. Oh, thanks, I got her on holiday. Or whatever.
It just starts things off on such a warm, friendly note. Okay, what about really casual spots, like waiting for coffee?
The guide covers that, too. For instance, wow, this place is always busy. Do you come here often?
Again, shared context. Commenting on the environment. It only works if the place is busy, obviously.
Right, Or you could try tapping into census. That coffee smells amazing. What did you order?
Perfect for a coffee shop. It's immediate, it's relevant, and they can just tell you the name of the drink or maybe why they like it. Super easy.
very natural. And the compliment strategy works here, too. I love your backpack. It looks really cool. Where did you get it?
Just like the jacket example. Specific, positive, easy to answer. Shows you're observant.
What ties all these openers together, and what the guide keeps emphasizing, is that they nail those three criteria. Simple, friendly, easy to respond to.
They really do. No complex questions, no demands, just an opening.
And they're designed to make the other person feel comfortable, giving them an easy way to engage or, frankly, an easy way to politely disengage if they're not feeling chatty.
And the guide points out this isn't just about the other person. Knowing you have these simple tools makes it feel so much less daunting for you to actually initiate.
Absolutely. It takes away that, oh God, what do I say? Panic. You have a few go-to options. You just pick one that fits the situation.
It gives you a starting block. Okay, great. So we've used our opener, we've broken the ice. Now what? We need to actually talk about something.
Yes, the pivot. Moving beyond the opening line. This is where the guide introduces the idea of the best small talk topics. These are described as light, easy, and universal.
Your safe zones, basically. Topics that pretty much anyone can chime in on, no matter who they are.
Pretty much. Think of them as reliable conversation starters that work in almost any situation. The guide lists a few key ones.
Yeah.
Top of the list. The absolute classic, the weather.
The weather, I know, it feels like a cliche sometimes, but honestly, it works.
It works because it's universal. We're all experiencing it. It's constantly changing.
Yeah.
And it's totally impersonal. The guide gives examples like, it's such a nice day today. Simple.
Or maybe, wow, it's really cold today. Do you like winter? Just a comment and a simple question.
Exactly. It keeps the conversation alive without demanding much. It's a low-risk way to keep the ball rolling.
Okay, so weather is the baseline. What's next?
Moving a little deeper, the guide suggests hobbies and interests. This is where you can start to find out a bit more about the person.
Asking things like, what do you like to do for fun? Or maybe, have you been into any new hobbies lately?
Yeah, those are great open-ended questions. They let the other person share as much or as little as they want about what they enjoy doing.
And this is where you might stumble upon a shared interest, right? Like, you both love hiking or baking or something.
Precisely. That's the goal, finding those little connection points. Small talk helps you probe gently for them. Next up, current events, and this is key non-political ones.
Okay, that's a really important distinction. So think pop culture, maybe sports, big local happenings.
Exactly. The guide suggests things like, did you hear about the new Marvel movie? It's getting amazing reviews. Or, I saw that Taylor Swift just announced a new tour. Are you a fan?
Right. Things that are generally known, but unlikely to cause a major argument right off the bat. Unlike asking about, tax policy.
Definitely steer clear of the heavy stuff. The aim is connection, not debate, especially early on. Keep it light, keep it positive if possible.
Got it. What else is on the safe list?
Travel is another fantastic one, usually a positive topic for people. The guide's just asking, have you been on any trips recently?
Or even the hypothetical. If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go? That sounds fun.
It is. People often love talking about past trips or dream destinations. It opens up stories, shared experiences, maybe recommendations. It's generally a feel-good topic.
Makes sense. And the last one?
Food and drinks, another universal. Everyone eats.
Can't go wrong there. What kind of questions?
The guide suggests things like, do you know any good restaurants around here? Which is practical if you're in a new area. Or simply, what's your favorite type of food?
Easy questions can lead to talking about culture, cooking, favorite local spots. Very accessible.
Totally. And the guide has this neat little example dialogue showing how these topics can flow together. It goes something like,
Okay, let's hear it.
Person A says, hey, nice weather today, right?
Classic opener.
Person B, yeah, finally, I love sunny days. Do you like summer? So they respond and ask a related question.
Nice. Yeah, you're keeping it.
Yeah, the person A. Yeah, but I also love winter sports. Have you ever tried skiing? See how smoothly that went from weather to seasons to a specific hobby?
Yeah, that's really natural. Weather-less, summer, winter-less skiing hobby. It shows how you can use one topic as a launch pad for another.
Exactly. It's not about sticking rigidly to one topic, but using these safe areas to explore and find connections. It's a gentle back and forth.
So sticking to this list, weather, hobbies, light current events, travel, food gives you a solid foundation for keeping that initial chat going comfortably.
It really does. Maximizes your chances of finding common ground.
Okay, this is really helpful. We know how to start, we have a list of good things to talk about, but just as important, maybe more so, is knowing what not to bring up, right?
Absolutely crucial. The guide is very clear on this. Some topics are just too personal or controversial for small talk. Bringing them up can kill the vibe instantly.
Kill the vibe, make it awkward, maybe even offend someone. Okay, let's name names. What are the big no-nos according to the guide?
First one, probably no surprise, politics. The example question it warns against is blunt. Who did you vote for?
Yikes. Yeah, unless you're specifically at a political event, diving into someone's voting habits or deeply held political beliefs with a stranger is usually a bad idea.
A very bad idea. It's just too divisive, too personal for initial chat. Steer well clear.
Okay, number 1, politics. Avoid. What's next?
Money. The example question is, how much do you make?
Oof. Yeah, that's incredibly intrusive in most contexts, isn't it? Asking about salary, wealth, how much something cost.
It's generally considered quite rude and makes people uncomfortable. Financial stuff is private, not small talk material at all.
Right. Keep finances out of it. Third on the avoid list.
Religion. The example. What's your religious belief?
Similar to politics, really. Faith and spiritual beliefs are deeply personal. Asking someone directly about them, especially when you've just met, can feel like an interrogation.
Exactly. It's a topic for much closer relationships, if it comes up at all,
Yeah.
not for casual first encounters.
Okay, politics, money, religion, all make sense. The last one the guide mentions is maybe a little less obvious. Personal problems. Example. You look tired. Are you okay?
Yeah, this one can trip people up because it might seem like you're showing concern.
But it puts them on the spot, right? You're making an observation, often a negative one, you look tired, and then asking them to potentially reveal something difficult.
Precisely. They might feel obligated to explain why they look tired, or they might feel awkward brushing off your concern. It's better to stick to a general, how are you? If they want to share more, they will. Don't pry based on their appearance.
That's a subtle but important distinction. So the overall reason for avoiding these 4 politics, money, religion, personal problems is simply to keep the conversation
Comfortable and enjoyable. That's the whole point of small talk. It's meant to be light, easy, and positive. These topics weigh it down immediately.
Stick to the safe list we talked about earlier. Keep it light.
Exactly. Positive and light is the way to go.
Okay, so we've covered the openers, the good topics, the bad topics, but the guide emphasizes something else too. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Confidence and friendliness in your delivery.
Oh, absolutely huge. Your body language, your tone of voice, they communicate so much, sometimes more than the words themselves. The guide gives some really practical tricks for this.
Simple things we can actually do. What's the first one?
Smile when you speak. Seems almost too basic, right?
Maybe, but it makes a difference. When you smile, your voice naturally sounds warmer, more inviting.
And it really does. It literally changes the shape of your mouth and affects the tone. Plus, it's a universal signal of friendliness. It makes you seem more approachable instantly.
And it's contagious sometimes. Okay, smiling. What else?
Use open body language.
Mm-hmm.
The guide mentions things like relaxed shoulders, good posture, not crossing your arms defensively.
Right. Think about what closed-off body language looks like. Arms crossed, shoulders hunched. It screams, don't talk to me.
Exactly. Open posture signals confidence, relaxation, and that you're receptive to interaction. You look engaged, not like you want to escape.
It makes you look more comfortable, which can actually help you feel more comfortable, too. Okay, next tip.
Maintain eye contact. The guide stresses this shows interest and engagement.
It really does connect you to the other person, doesn't it? Shows you're listening, you're present. Obviously, you don't want to stare intensely.
No, comfortable, natural eye contact. Looking away constantly can signal disinterest or nervousness. Meeting their gaze appropriately builds rapport.
Takes practice if you're not used to it, but definitely important. And the last technique.
Use a friendly tone of voice. Avoid sounding monotone or, super serious.
Inject a bit of warmth, maybe vary your pitch slightly, sound like you're actually pleased to be talking to them.
Precisely. Let your personality come through a bit. A pleasant, interested tone makes the whole interaction more enjoyable for both of you. It makes you sound whale-friendly.
These all seem like small adjustments. Smile, stand tall, look at them, sound warm, but the guide pulls them together by saying, confidence makes small talk feel more natural and fun.
And that's the payoff. When you project confidence and friendliness, even if you're faking it a little at first, it makes the whole experience better. You get better reactions, which then builds real confidence.
It's like a positive feedback loop. You act confident, people respond well, you feel more confident.
Exactly. So combining the right words with the right delivery, that's the sweet spot.
So to sort of wrap up the core message from the guide, it seems to boil down to Start with a friendly opener, pick an easy topic, and speak with confidence.
That's pretty much the formula in a nutshell. Simple steps, but they cover the essentials for getting started.
We've really dug into the key strategies from this guide today, focusing on how to make small talk in English feel less like a chore and more like an opportunity.
Yeah, and if you're someone who feels that anxiety, that awkwardness we talked about, hopefully these points offer some concrete tools. They're meant to help you feel more prepared, more natural, more friendly.
We covered those simple, effective openers, things like, how's your day? Or complimenting something specific, tailored to the situation.
And those safe, universal topics to fall back on. Weather, hobbies, travel, food, light current events, your reliable go-tos.
Plus, the crucial list of what to avoid. Politics, money, religion, personal problems, keeping it light and comfortable.
And we just finished talking about how the power of smiling, open body language, eye contact, and a friendly tone to project confidence and warmth.
Now, the guide doesn't just leave it there. It actually includes a challenge, a way for you, our listener, to actively practice this stuff.
Yes, it's a simple three-step process. Step one, just go start one conversation. Use one of the openers we discussed. Maybe start easy with a friend or colleague, or push yourself a bit with someone new.
Okay, step one, initiate. What's step two?
Step two, once you've started, consciously pick one of the safe topics. Try to keep the chat going for just a minute or two. Ask a follow-up question based on their response. Show you're listening.
So if they mention liking food, ask, oh, what's your favorite restaurant? Or something like that.
Exactly. Keep it flowing naturally based on the topic. And step three is reflection.
The learning part.
Yes. After the chat, take a moment. How did it feel using the opener? Was it easier than you thought? What topic worked well? How did they respond? Was there anything you'd tweak for next time? No judgment, just observation.
That reflection step is key, isn't it? It turns every little interaction into a learning experience. You get better by doing and then thinking about the doing.
Absolutely. Practice and reflection. Now, today we focused heavily on starting the conversation, keeping it light, but the guide also hints at what comes next.
Right, because small talk is usually just the beginning. If you actually connect with someone, the conversation needs to go somewhere beyond nice weather.
Exactly. You need to be able to share your own thoughts, react to what they say, agree, maybe even disagree politely. Express yourself a bit more.
And that's actually the next stage the guide moves into: how to express opinions clearly and confidently in English, how to agree, how to disagree without causing offense.
So think of today's deep dive as laying the essential groundwork. Mastering small talk opens the door. What comes next is about walking through that door and having slightly deeper, more expressive conversations. Keep an eye out for that.
Definitely. But for now, the challenge stands. Try an opener, pick a topic, reflect. Practice those confidence techniques.
Yeah, that smile, the posture, the eye contact, they really do help.
And here's a final thought to leave you with, building on all this. Think about these techniques asking about hobbies, complimenting a jacket, avoiding politics. They seem, well, small.
Individually, maybe not world-changing.
But think about the cumulative effect. Practicing these isn't just about being polite. It's about intentionally making yourself an open, approachable, positive node in the network of human interaction. It's about creating tiny sparks of connection. And sometimes those tiny sparks can ignite unexpected things, friendships, collaborations, new ideas, or just a richer understanding of the people around you. So the question is, how might mastering these small skills actually unlock something genuinely big in your interactions in your life?
Something to consider. Keep practicing, keep connecting. See you next time.